Unit 5, Lesson 2, Cutting Your Losses. Friendships constantly change. Sometimes a person thought to be a good individual turns out to be not so wonderful after all. Additionally, people change with time. Individuals can also grow beyond their friends or make changes in their lives that their friends cannot accept. Most of the time, friends gradually grow apart. However, there are still times when a person has to question whether a friendship is worthy of keeping. Choosing friends wisely is necessary for building solid friendships, but what if you already have a relationship with someone and you think it's becoming unhealthy? We are free to choose the friends we spend our free time with, but we cannot choose our classmates or coworkers who often become our friends by default. Thus, the first step to deciding how to handle a difficult relationship is to determine why you have the relationship in the first place. The reasons for friendships vary, so it's important to consider the nature of a friendship when deciding whether or not to maintain it. With social friends, if the relationship takes a return for the worse, it may be best to end it. But with work or school friends, the decision becomes rather changes. Although you may find it difficult to get along with certain people, you still have to see them frequently. In these cases, maintaining the relationship may make your life easier. Another important step to take is to establish fundamental principles about what a healthy relationship is. Drawing boundaries for your physical, mental, and emotional space will help you identify when they are crossed and is essential maintaining healthy and constructive relationships. This may be more of an art than a science, but some well-known formulas can help you judge your relationships. One is 60-40 rule. Celia Sawyer is a dating and relationship expert at a matchmaking firm. She explains the 60-40 rule says that you should put 60% of the effort into a relationship and expect to receive 40% in return from your friend, partner, or whoever is on the other end of the relationship. The 60-40 rule essentially gives a value to the age-old idea that relationships are all about give and take. However, this rule doesn't have to be strictly kept. If someone you care about is trying to overcome a difficult situation, most people should be willing to give more and accept less. Well, it's good to have guidelines, general rules, or principles. Sometimes you need to create an inflexible rules about relationships. This can remove some of the difficulties attached to ending toxic relationships. Relationships that are emotionally and sometimes physically damaging. One hard and fast rule is a three-strikes rule, as the name implies. Three strikes will result in permanent consequences. This rule is even applied in some legal systems around the world. For some, allowing just two strikes is an even better way to protect themselves from a bad relationship. Sir Anthony Welton wrote in a book called The Cause and Character of King James, published in 1651. The Italians have a proverb: "He lets deceive me once, it's his fault, but if twice, it's my fault." Preventing yourself from being taken advantage of is done most effectively by ending a relationship with a person who has shown a pattern of bad behavior. Common sense and reason establish certain boundaries that you don't need to state explicitly. For some, good friends don't cruelly criticize or ridicule each other. However, individuals may have additional boundaries that they don't want to be crossed. To avoid accidentally upsetting one another, people need to determine and communicate what is acceptable for them and what is not. Only you can determine if someone should be removed from your social circle. We all try and make the best friend we can. However, when people you know change or when the realities of a relationship don't match your expectations, you may need to consider cutting them off. Applying some guidelines and rules can be an effective way to deal with such issues with the least harm to yourself. Number one, why do some friendships become unhealthy or no longer worth keeping? I found the answer in paragraph 1. The article says that friendships can become unhealthy because people change over time, grow in different directions, or become different from who we thought they were. I found this answer from the sentence that said people change with time, grow beyond their friends, and let friends gradually grow apart. Number two, what should a person consider before deciding whether to maintain or end a friendship? I found the answer in paragraph 2. The article says that a person should think about why the friendship exists and what kind of friendship it is before deciding whether to keep it or end it. I found this answer from the sentences that said the first step is to determine why you had the relationship in the first place and to consider the nature of the friendship. Number three, why are personal boundaries important in a healthy relationship? I found the answer in paragraph 3. The article says that personal boundaries help people recognize when others cross their limits and help maintain healthy relationships. I found this answer from the sentences that said drawing boundaries helps you identify when they are crossed and is essential to maintaining healthy and constructive relationships. Number four, what is the 60-40 rule and what does it teach about relationships? I found the answer in paragraph 3. The article says that people should put about 60% of the effort into a relationship and expect about 40% in return. It teaches that good relationships require giving more than you expect to receive. I found this answer from the expectation of the 60-40 rule and the statements that relationships are about give and take. Number 5. What is the three strikes rule and why does the author mention it? I found the answer in paragraph 4. The article says that the three-strike rule means a person should face serious consequences after repeatedly showing bad behavior. The author mentions it as a way to protect yourself from unhealthy relationships. I found this answer from the sentences that says three strikes result in permanent consequences that the rule helps people protect themselves from bad relationships. Number 6. What should people communicate clearly in order to avoid relationship problems? I found the answer in paragraph 4. The article says that people should clearly communicate what behavior is acceptable and what behavior is not acceptable to them. I found this answer from a sentence that says people need to determine and communicate what is acceptable for them and what is not. Number 7. According to the author, who should decide whether someone remains in or is removed from a social circle? I found the answer in paragraph 5. The article says that each person should make less decision for themselves because they know their own relationships best. I found this answer from a sentence that says only you can determine if someone should be removed from your social circle. Okay. I choose question 2. Do you agree with the three strikes rule? Why or why not? Yes, I agree with the three strikes rule. I think everyone makes mistakes, so it is important to give people a chance to improve. However, if someone keeps repeating the same bad behavior, it may show that they do not respect the friendship. For example, I once had a classmate who often promised to help with group work but did not do his part. The first time I understood. The second time I gave him another chance. But after it happened again, I realized that I could not rely on him. According to the article, the three strikes rule helps people protect themselves from unhealthy relationships. I think it is a fair way to decide when enough is enough. Okay, I choose question 3. What are some boundaries that good friends should respect? Good friends should respect each other's personal boundaries. For example, they should not share private information without permission, make fun of each other, or force someone to do something they do not want to do. In, in my experience, trust is very important in a friendship. If a friend tells others my secret, I will feel hurt and stop trusting that person. The article mentions that good friends should not cruelly criticize or ridicule each other. I agree with this idea because respect helps people safe and comfortable in a relationship. Clear boundaries can prevent misunderstanding and make relationships healthier. I choose number 5. What qualities make a friendship worth keeping? I think trust, honesty, respect, and support are the most important qualities in a friendship. A good friend is someone who listens to you, encourages you, and stays by your side during difficult times. For example, when I feel stressed about schoolwork or exams, I appreciate friends who are willing to listen and give me advice. Their support helps me feel less worried. The article said that healthy relationships involve give and take, which means both people should make an effort. I believe a friendship is worth keeping when both friends are care about each other and are willing to support each other. Okay, thank you.